Kendrick Lamar has solidified himself as one of the greatest and most successful rappers of our generation. After achieving 16 Grammys, 2 classic albums, and a Super Bowl performance in 2021, Kendrick still strives to reach new heights in his music. Continuing Lamar's success, he released a new album in 2022 titled Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. It had been 5 years since his previous release, so the fans were definitely waiting, and he quickly followed this up with a tour. Lamar's world tour was accompanied with artists from his label, which included Tana Leone and his cousin Baby Keem. As a big fan of Baby Keem and an even bigger fan of Kendrick Lamar, upon hearing the announcement of this tour, I knew I'd have to make it. There wasn't a show featured in St. Louis, but that didn't stop me. Even though I'm broke, I figured I still had to go. So I did. Conveniently enough, the closest city was Kansas City, which is only like roughly 3 hours away. So it was definitely obtainable. So me and my friend Drew, we had planned that we would go to the show there. Despite that, I actually ended up making a mistake. It was a pretty big mistake, but looking back on it, it is probably the best mistake I could have made. In a sudden rush to get tickets immediately after going on sale, I wasn't really paying much attention to anything. I was just kind of clicking on random stuff, which was really stupid of me because I ended up just buying for the first thing I saw. So I ended up buying for the opening night all the way down in Oklahoma. So of course, I kind of felt like an idiot, and I was quite upset, as you can see here, that not only did I just buy for the wrong show, but like I'm kind of inconveniencing my friend Drew, or at least that's how I feel. Like, what if you couldn't make it or something? Because, now our money is both in this city that we might not even be able to go to. So, of course, since the situation's already happened, it might be pretty hard to sell our tickets and make a profit from it. So we just decide we're going to make this trip. He's got family down there, and we want to see Kendrick, so we're gonna make this trip down to Oklahoma, But he gets his baseball schedule and finds out that the tryouts actually begin the very first day of the show, so that is obviously a no-go. So I need to find somebody else to come with me. Of course, I'm asking a few of my other friends if they want to come down, and they all seem to be busy, which was unfortunate because it's like the summer, but I get it, everyone has work, I had work, but, I was asking all these people and no one really seemed like they could come up, and it seems like all hope was lost until something happened.
Right, so once Dylan got the tickets and we knew that the Big Steppers tour was going to be in Oklahoma City and it was going to be opening night, it was a great opportunity. There's no way we were going to miss it. And then, we came up with the idea of doing a road trip.
So that's exactly what we did. My dad drove us down to Oklahoma, and we did a few stops there, looked at a couple things, but most importantly, we were there for Kendrick. And of course, I was showing him all the music, so he knew exactly what to expect by the time we got there.
I will tell you, once we arrived, the place was just full of energy. And packed stadium, anticipation, everyone was excited. And then once the lights finally dropped and the artist took the stage, he really did such an amazing job of building it up, starting it out almost low-key, and then it just gave you that anticipation, like you couldn't wait for him to hit the stage. And then when he finally did, the entire place erupted. Each song that he sang was just better than the next, and every person in the stadium was super connected, and they knew every words. And so
means in the microwave means it's a real world outside. The industry run, the profits are better, the love take advantage. Working is crashing it. Bad trips like hands up. I'm on one, you on one. God, we gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. Yeah, we gon' be alright. Do you hit it? Do you feel it? We gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. Put nobody home. Whoa. If you question Fighting off demons that been outside. Better known as myself, I'm a demigod. Every thought is creative. When I was made of this part of my part of that, part two.
It's impossible for me to put into words how it felt to just be part of this amazing crowd, and just seeing this performance in general just felt so surreal to me, because obviously Kendrick is someone who I wouldn't say look up to, but find comfort in musically. And I mean, it was nothing short of just amazing, honestly. I was just so glad to be there.
So to experience that, especially to experience it with Dylan, it was great. We had the best time, and it was really, really nice to see an artist that performs at that level, that has such amazing stories to tell.
And there's my experience right there. I'm so glad I shared it with my dad. Really glad it turned out the way it did. I wouldn't want it to be any differently. Like I said, just so glad that it happened. All the events leading up to it, it just all fell in place perfectly into kind of an organized mess. And this is a performance that I won't forget. Obviously still talking about it almost a whole year later. It was just super fun. And yeah, Kendrick's the GOAT. I can't go without mentioning that at the end of this tour, this is actually the highest grossing rap tour ever, in history. So I mean, he made the most money, sold the most tickets over rappers like Drake, Kanye, and Jay-Z, which is very much so deserved.